I'm not going to tell you to do any business model in this video. I just want to sit down and transparently share what's been working for me, because I used to, for a long time, chase these shiny and exciting and like popular business models, things like AI, things like trading and other business models in the past. And doing that kept me stuck for a long time and broke. Then I started focusing on learning actual boring skills, pursuing these boring business models I'm gonna share with you in this video that I've been doing. That's allowed me to get to a point where I now make multiple six figures every single year. I'll be able to get complete freedom for myself, travel the world, all that good stuff, and like all that freedom that I dreamt of back in the day. And it was by realizing that the reason why I was stuck for a long time, I'm gonna tell you a story here to like really drive this point home. The reason why I was stuck for a long time, and maybe why you're stuck as well right now, is because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on chasing trends and finding the new cloud bot or the new like automation or the new like trading strategy or whatever, instead of just getting good at something. Instead of just learning a skill that's been around for a long time, that's always gonna be around in the future, and getting good at that. Like, it sounds so simple, but you don't get this, you don't apply this, and that is why you're staying stuck right now on your journey. And it was the same thing for me. And I'm gonna show you a story here that really made me realize this, and it really like drove this point home for myself, and ultimately actually got me to take action on this. Because I was, in a long time, like multiple years, I was living back in Sweden at home with my parents when I was like in my upcoming part of my journey, when I was trying to make it, in my parents' house, trying all kinds of different business models. I was focused on specifically agency and also affiliate marketing and trading. And I remember with the agency stuff that I was doing, I was just jumping from niche to niche to niche, figuring out what's gonna be the big niche. Should I work with like info products? Should I work with like within the AI space? Or should I work with real estate agents or car dealerships or solar installers? I was just like, what is the biggest trend that I can jump into right now and make the most amount of money by doing? And I did it for a long time, like about almost 1.5 years. I was running this agency, trying to figure this out. And I just remember being at home with my parents, and it's like being broke. On a daily basis, my parents asking me like, how is the business doing? And I was like, I'm not making any money at all right now. I'm laughing about this right now, but like back then it was miserable. Like, I hated my life because I was just about to graduate school. They were obviously expecting me to like go into university, like figure my life out. And I was like running this agency and nothing was working out because I was just like completely lost, jumping from thing to thing to thing, just chasing trends. And why was that not working out? Eventually I realized it was because I never got the chance to actually get good at working with any of these different niches and actually getting results for these people. I didn't learn any actual skills. You get paid based on the skills that you have. You get paid based on the value that you provide. I did never actually get good enough to provide value to these people, and that's why I was broke. I eventually realized this when I got to a point where like I was broke. My parents were like, you need to figure this out. Either you have to like figure this out, or you have to go into 9 to 5, get a normal job, because I was finishing school, or go into studying. I didn't want to do that whatsoever. And so I got to a point where I was like, shit, I need to figure my shit out. And that's when I like just looked around in my environment. It's like, what can I be doing right now that's gonna allow me to start making money so I can leave my hometown, not have to go into 9 to 5. That's why I realized, okay, what's a skill that I enjoy doing? I had a mentor at the time who told me, it's like, okay, you need to focus on skill. And I was like, what's a skill that I actually enjoy doing, that I can actually see myself like getting good at, and that's gonna allow me to make money quickly? That was important to me. And I was like, that's sales. I like talking to people. I like persuasion, having communication, and like just talking to someone, getting them to basically close deals, getting them to pay me, overcome limiting beliefs, overcome objections, etc. I like that skill. Naturally, I was pretty well spoken as well to start off with. And I was like, okay, where can I apply this skill? I ended up getting a call with a guy that was doing the exact business model I ended up getting into. I've been doing that for multiple years, which is high ticket sales. I ended up getting a call with this guy who was doing high ticket sales. He was trying to sell me on this mentorship program to get into like an agency program. And I realized that this guy, he told me he's making like 20K a month, just taking sales calls for an already successful business. I was like, that's what I need to do. That's the skill I need to focus on. It's a boring skill. Sales has been around for like literally forever, but it works. You learn how to sell. You're not gonna get replaced by AI if you actually do it properly. So I was like, okay, if I do this, it's gonna be around for a long amount of time. If I actually get really, really good, I'll be able to make 10, 15, 20K a month. I can do it without having started a business because I work, instead of starting my own business, I work for already successful business. That's when things clicked for me, and I went all in on that skill, and that's really what I've been doing now for the last couple of years. It's going deeper and deeper on the scale of sales, specifically in the online industry, working for online influencers. Started off as just like the lowest level, being an appointment setter, then I became a closer, and now I do sales management, and that's how I make multiple six figures per year, sometimes $3,000, $4,000 per day by doing this, just taking Zoom calls from my computer, talking to people. That's how I got here, is by learning and diving in on a very boring skill and just like sticking to that. And most of you guys you're doing the exact opposite. You're bouncing from thing to thing to thing. You heard about this new trend, some guru telling you about, yeah, like this new AI automation agency, you should get into this. Like, whatever you do, just distill down, like, what are your actual goals? How much you want to be making? And then what skills do you need to get there? Let me tell you, if you want to make 10K per month, 20K per month, leave your hometown, start traveling, set yourself up, give yourself the fundamental skills to make money online, you need to learn sales. That's the most fundamental skill that any business relies on. And when you have that skill, every type of business becomes easy as well. So learn boring skills. Learn the boring skills and stick to something for a good amount of time. And I promise you, money comes as a byproduct. Money starts coming to you when you're actually getting good at something instead of chasing trends. Hope this makes sense. If you have any questions or want to work with me one-on-one to get into high-ticket sales, you can go down below and shoot me a DM on Instagram or book a call. And I'll see you, as always, tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Ciao.